First question that I have for you is your new album, The Ride Majestic. It is out now for about 3 months. So with that distance to the release date and obviously the recording of the album, what's your view on your new album now that it's out for a while?
Well, I'm still really proud of it, and we went through a really rough patch, recording it, and we had 4 family members passing away during the actual recording. It all happened within a month, and so that also, affected us in the way that we were, approaching our performance on the album. It made it all more real because, lyrically, it's dealing with a lot of existential questions and pretty much like the darker aspects of it as well. So it was already pretty serious, at the time, and then all these tragic events took place. So it really put a spin on the whole thing. So it was pretty rough, but, in the end, it really felt like the biggest comfort, as far as, the music became the comfort. And coming out of the studio and just hearing it mixed and seeing the response, it's fantastic. It feels great. And now it's just a matter of taking it to the stage and kind of, celebrate the whole thing. After everything we've gone through, it might be a very serious album, but we still want to, bring a rock show as usual and celebrate the whole thing. And we just tried it out just recently. We came home from North America. We did a 5-week tour with as a direct support to Soulfly. So we had 45 minutes where we decided to focus on the latest album, and so we performed 5 songs off the new album, and they transitioned very well live, and it was a great kick, playing them live. So I have a really, really good feeling about the album still, and it feels like we could play just about every song from the album live.
Yeah.
So that's definitely a good sign.
Absolutely, it is. I'm sorry to hear about all those tragic events, and certainly my condolences to you and all the other band members.
Thank you.
My feeling is that the Ride Majestic is probably one of your most intense albums. And as you said, you had already a successful US tour where you could play a 45 minute set, played a few songs. So now for you, it's on to headline shows in Europe, kicking off on Friday. So how will the set change from the US tour?
Now it's going to be around 1 hour and 20 minutes, maybe, and we'll try to mix it up with our back catalog. It's always hard. You have 10 albums to choose from, so it's quite a task, to find the perfect set list, and it's impossible to make everybody happy. But I think we'll mix it up a little bit, and but I still think we will play at least 5 songs from the new album. So
yeah.
I think it's going to be a really good mix, for sure.
Yeah. I'm certainly sure that it's going to be very good, and the fans in Europe are certainly going to look forward to it. Has there actually been, at any point in time, have there been any consideration to change immediate touring plans in Europe due to the recent events?
We have been talking about it, and there's been a bunch of bands, canceling their tours in Europe, and it's we live in very scary times. Obviously, it's hard to ignore. And on this tour we have 9 shows in France, alone. And I would lie if I said that I'm not worried. I'm definitely going to look over my shoulder while performing, but it's the show must go on, because if we could cancel the tour now, and it might as well happen next year, so then we might as well just stop touring and completely, and I don't want to do that, and I don't want to let them win, and so that's sort of what we've been, talking about. And then there will be, like a high security level on the tour as well, and especially in France, I guess.
Yeah.
So, but it's just it's a weird feeling, obviously, and I think everybody, feels the same way. It's just a matter of continuing, the show, really.
Yeah.
And I don't know what else to do. I feel the same way about a lot of things, but it might as well happen in 2 years from now. So I don't know.
Oh, exactly. You can never you never know. So no, it's good to see you keeping on with the show, and then you mentioned that a lot of other bands, at least a bunch of other bands, cancelled their tours. So it's good that it keeps on going. So back to more happy things, and that's the new album. So it really received a lot of great reviews, and I think the fans received it extremely well as well. So Soilwork, you also said it's your 10th album. You're getting close to 20 years of releasing albums now to the market. So how do you as a band work together when the songs are being written and then the recording? Has that changed over the years, or is it pretty much still as it was in the early days?
Well, it kind of changed in the mid-2000s, because that's when Peter moved to the States. And before that, we were doing a lot of rehearsing in Sweden, and so that all changed in the mid-2000s. And I guess we learned how to live with that, to be able to, bounce ideas back and forth via email, and at the time it was pretty rough, but now we're so used to it, and we're currently living spread out all over the world, basically, so we can't really do any spontaneous jam sessions on Tuesday nights, if you will. It doesn't really work like that anymore, and we usually get together, before entering the studio and also before tours, but we're so used, we know each other very well, and we spend so much time on stage together that, we can communicate pretty well, via email or Skype, and go through ideas and send the ideas back and forth, and it's like, oh, how about this? I was thinking something like that, and then it comes back and says, oh yeah, that's exactly what I meant, So there's a great communication, musically, so that's definitely a good thing, but I mean, we would love to be able to jam as well, and but it's kind of hard to find a budget to fly everybody in just to do jam sessions. I mean, Dirk lives in LA, and a bunch of us are living in Sweden, and then we have Soulfly living outside Paris, France. So it's it is hard to find time to do jam sessions, but that would be awesome, honestly. But I think we're doing very well, working like this as well. We're so used to it.
Well, you certainly produced a great record, and that's certainly testament to the fact that you work very well together as a band in the way you work together. So now, as you already said, it's on to a pretty extensive tour throughout Europe, which will take you pretty much right up to Christmas. Then you're going to have a deserved Christmas break. And you're going to kick off the new year in terms of touring in Australia. So what can your Australian fans expect from the upcoming shows down under?
I mean, just coming off this North American tour, I can tell you that we've never been this consistent live, and with the addition of Marcus Liebel on bass, it was on absolute fire every night. I think that was a really, good injection into the band as well, and we just, realized that after the tour, it's like, wow, we've never been this consistent. Every night we were delivering such an intense show, and so you can definitely expect that. And like I said before, the new songs really transition to live really well. So. I think people are gonna, if they love listening to the new album, I think it's gonna be an even bigger experience live. Hearing the new songs.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be really good set list for sure.
Yeah, so really looking forward to seeing you live on stage early next year. Then, so what's gonna happen after the Australian shows? Because you haven't published so far any further tour dates on your website yet. What are the plans for after the Australian tour?
Well, it's either going to be North America or maybe something more in Europe, but then we also have a bunch of festivals this summer, and they're getting confirmed as we speak. So, we don't have anything confirmed right now, but there definitely will be something, in the spring for sure.
Maybe as a final question, a little bit more of a personal question, not too personal though. You're a very experienced musician, and you have now released 10 full-length albums with Soilwork. You've been on a number of other albums with guest appearances and so forth. The day one of your albums is released, what do you do on that day? Is that kind of like a nerve-wracking day? Do you have a routine? Do you just have a quiet party? Or is there anything that you have as a set routine? Or what do you do?
That's a good question. I don't think I do anything special. Like, I kind of, at the back of my mind, I definitely know the release date, but maybe I just try to, ignore it somehow because it's such a nerve-wracking day in a sense, and as much as I'm usually very confident in the album that I just recorded with the guys, it's still, but then again, there's so much reviews leading up to that as well, and of course, reviews affect me, but not in the same way that it used to be. And especially with this album, I just felt like I don't care what people say. This is a great album, and I felt so confident in it. And I guess I could only hope for that people would hear the same thing I hear, and same with the other guys in the band. So I don't really celebrate per se. Maybe if it's a weekend or something, I might hang out with some friends and have a couple of drinks to celebrate. But nothing really special. I don't really have any routines. Really.
You have a great day. Take care, and I'll see you soon.
Okay, you too.
Thanks.
Take care. Okay.
Bye.
Cheers. Thanks for calling.
We are really looking forward to play our very, very first Australian show.
Thank you very much.